What's going on, guys? Back for another quick video. This one's just going to be really just going over my checklist and my model and kind of just explaining it to you guys. I, of course, did not make this model up. This model kind of consists of like Dodgy's inverse for value gap and Justin's like forever model. So that's where I get it from. But yeah, so we're just going to go through a couple examples. Just so you guys are familiar with what I'm looking at, so when you go to my videos, you're not like, what is this kid doing? Instead, you can be like, oh, this is what the kid's looking for, blah, blah, blah. So right off rip, just the other day, Friday, I believe, we have this play right here. I think it was a 5-minute. I didn't take this. If you guys want to see what I took, I posted a video Friday of me taking a trade on my eval. It was a loss, but it wasn't a bad loss, wasn't a bad trade. And I ended up taking another trade on my practice account during the video, and that one ended up hitting. It hit right after I ended the video. But yeah, so pretty good trade. Anyway, here we are. So this is a 5-minute inverse, right? Okay, so boom. We come down, we sweep all of this liquidity, right? We create this 5-minute imbalance, which we tap back into, and on that same candle that tapped in is the one that we ended up inversing. Let's see if there's SMT. So 2 p.m. is the low. So I don't think we have SMT. But it's not a complete necessity. It's nice, definitely extra confirmation, but nonetheless, we have everything else. We have we're delivering from fair value gap, we're inversing, we have a sweep liquidity, we have pretty good momentum, I would say, and then this is the candle that inverses, right? And if you're just targeting these highs, I mean, you can put stop wherever you want, whatever you're comfortable with, that's to each their own. But boom, so that one obviously hits. Go to RR, solid trade, you're not in drawdown. Oh yeah, and break even point can be any of these highs, right? So very clean trade, not stressful at all. Very clear draw on liquidity, and actually I can go over the trade that I took in the other video. I can use it as an example. Okay, so this trade, let's see. So we had relative equal lows, which is what my target was. I don't remember what time frame I took it on. Oh, okay. Yeah, this was it. So we have SMT right here with those highs. I think it was a 3-minute. So we have an inverse, right? Clear, like this candle kind of messed up my entry because, let's see, I think I was looking for a 5. No. Oh, okay. This is what I was looking for. I was looking for a 1-minute inverse off this. Break even here. Obviously, this candle decided to just absolutely dump, so it didn't give me that entry, but so I saw that on the 3-minute we got an inverse. Alright, so boom. And on that 1-minute, obviously I just showed you guys, but 3-minute inverse, 1-minute change in state delivery. Very clearly. I mean, we have that change in state delivery, but I was more speaking. This is not theirs, but yeah, I was more speaking. Yeah, okay, this makes sense. This is the change in status delivery. Obviously, I didn't get my inverse entry, but in the forever model, this is why I said it's a mix between Dodgy's inverse fair value gap and Justin's forever model. We have the inverse change in state delivery, and we waited for the pullback into the change in state delivery. So boom, got in there. Our stop was the high, and then target was relative equal lows. And boom, it hit. So obviously it chopped around for a while, and that's why I ended the video. I didn't want you guys sitting there all day just to see a practice trade. It seemed pretty pointless to me. But as you guys can see, boom, and this was break even, which we like never even hit until it literally went to TP. So that didn't really matter. Or actually, I think it was this. Yeah, because we got in on that candle. Yeah. So first interior low. I don't have the same difference. Like that didn't change anything. It still only hit that once we were going to TP when it dumped. Good trade though. Exactly what we're looking for. We have SMT. Let's see. SMT, and we have, okay, that's a great draw on liquidity, obviously relative equal lows, higher time frame, we're bullish, very obviously. So when I see that, I see we're bullish, right? And then I see that we have relative equal lows, like a good draw. My idea is basically power of three, right? I'm thinking this consolidation, we manipulate out of it, sweep all these lows prior to moving up, like our next leg up, and I said that in my video when I was taking the practice trade. So I knew I was only getting in for technically a scalp play, kind of, if you want to say that, because I knew after it took these lows, it was going to probably turn around and go higher, which it did, and that was where you could take the long. And I said that in the video. I said that was probably a great spot to look for longs, and if you took this, good for you. I didn't take it at that point. I had locked my actual combine out because I was down 130 on the day. I lost my one trade, and I only like to risk like 150 to 200. But yeah, so there was a couple examples. Let's see. There was probably a trade early in the day up here. It might have been break even though. Let's see. So I guess it depends on where you go break even, right? Because I have our fair value gap. Technically speaking, I probably would have gone break even here, knowing how like I go about it. And that's a pretty good draw. Like once it swept that, I don't know what I would think. So that's probably a break even trade, but not a bad trade by any means. Like break even isn't a loss, right? And actually, you could probably find a trade off that. Let's see. This is probably a trade. Break even, highs. Yep. Okay. Let's see. 942, 957. I don't want this to be a very long video because I'm just kind of talking a lot, but I'm just trying to show you what I'm looking for. So 952 or 942, 57. 57 is the low. 55 is not. I think it was the opposite over here. I think that's SMT. Low is 41. 41.25, yep, SMT. Okay, so this could be your play. So obviously this is telling me bullish structure, and like I showed you prior, you have great wicks. I mean, guys, like, if this doesn't tell you bullish, I don't know what does, right? So, boom, right here, right? And obviously we have a bunch of liquidity up here. There's multiple relative equal highs. We'd be targeting like this. All these highs right here, it's a great target, or a good draw, I should say. So, boom, 1 minute inverse. We might even, jeez. Does the 30-second look cleaner? I can't really tell. Potentially, but nonetheless, it doesn't matter. We'll just do it on the 1 minute. So 1 minute inverse. Targeting this high, or these like highs in general, but we'll just specifically see that one. Break even. Let's see, we'll move this. Quick trade, very small, right? Like, not much whatsoever. But still, trade nonetheless. Break even. Any of these interior highs, obviously. I mean, like you could say this, boom, goes up. It's a very quick trade. Obviously, you don't have the best entry, and like the highs aren't too far away. But if you didn't take TP here, that would at least be break even. And obviously, this candle after takes you out. So to me, that would be the trade. I'd be done, or like I'd be out of the trade by then. I don't think there's an entry. That could be an entry, so obviously we're bullish, like I said. This is a 30-second. Again, kind of more of a like quick play, obviously. So you inverse on this candle, boom, you're in. Stops at the low. TP, relative equalize. Still a quick trade, obviously over 1-to-1. If you don't take TP here, which I would, I know for a fact I would. Well, actually, let me say this. Depending on how many cons you have, this could be TP1, you leave runners. But that being said, you would be break even. So you would TP there, take off however many cons, 50%, 25%, and then the rest would probably stop break even. Still, great winning trade. But that's really it. I'll quick type out my checklist, right? Liquidity sweep. Let's think. Oh, delivering from PD array. IFEG. Change in state. What else? That's really it, right? Liquidity sweep into a higher time frame. PD array with an inverse fair value gap, change in state delivery. Oh yeah, and just having like a good draw on liquidity, right? Like at the end of the day, that's all you need. You want to know where you think it's going. Obviously, you have to react to the market. Don't guess. That's stupid. You're not gonna have a good win rate doing that. React to what it gives you, right? So have a draw on liquidity. Once again, it moves from like exterior to interior liquidity, vice versa, blah, blah, blah. So that's why we look to deliver, because we're sweeping liquidity into the PD array, therefore moving higher and or lower from there, right? So a very simple checklist. That was just a couple different entries that you could have taken, and that was literally like the last 2 days of the week. So you saw there was multiple entries. You could have taken multiple winning trades. So it's not like this model doesn't pop up, right? Because I know a lot of people, and it's not a good thing, but a lot of people are like, oh, I only got 2 trades this week. Oh, I only got 1 trade. Like, number one, that's not a bad thing. Don't get mad at that. The best of the best only trade a couple times a month. So you don't want to worry about that. You just want to take the ones that are A+. You want to have a checklist set. You want to check all those things off. And whatever works for you, works for you. But yeah, I figured I might as well post a video just showing you guys my model. And when I say my model, I just mean what I'm using. Like I said before, I did not make this up. I'm not claiming to have. This is all Dodgy and Justin. I just really like the inverse fair value gap. Change in state delivery is just extra. Oh, and I don't know if I put that on there. SMT. For sure. I love SMT. I deleted it already. But SMT, I don't think it's required by any means. It's just nice. But if you have the structure and if you have everything else, it might not be A+, but it's an A trade. And then the only thing that makes it A+ is having a nice SMT. Because that just gives you just that much more confidence. And as long as your mental's in good space and you're confident, like, that's all that matters. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Let me know like your guys' model, what you look for in the market, because like I said, one model doesn't work for everyone. So like everyone does it differently. Everyone's making money differently. But I figured I would just share what I do. And yeah, I will catch you guys Monday for a trade recap. Peace.